I fully like submerged me, but I was like, oh, he grabbed my arm. Like, running like this, I had his back. I was a sergeant. We come across as Waddy. Like Tun Tavern, Philadelphia, by the way. Born in a bar, right? Created for war, and then a grenade gets fucking tossed, right? And it's probably like we're on the berm and we see it like it comes this way. Like you're created that way. You're created with hate and discontent. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Crashing Combos. This episode is our part 2 with Stevie Martinez, who is a professional barber, dual license stylist, a Marine veteran, get into work ethic and how he became a barber, why he became a barber, and you can learn more about that in part 1. And this is part 2, so we kind of get into the second half of that. So recommend you go back and listen to that. Appreciate you guys following along. Appreciate you guys your support. If you feel this can help somebody else or somebody you know of, we share the episode. If not, come back to the next one. We're always having different conversations here. So without further ado, Stevie Martinez.
my pants, like everything was bothering me, bro. Like sand was in my pants. It was rubbing against my skin, everything. So again, about 100 meters away, and I could see them already. I'm like, sir, I gotta stop, sir. Like, I know it was, all this was happening. I was like, I gotta stop, sir. I'm fucking tired. He's like, no, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. I was like, I'm fucking tired, sir. I can't fucking breathe. Like, literally. So I had to, we're running through this field. It was like I guess like irrigation field. We're running through it, and then I found like a tall fucking piece of grass. So I had to fucking take a knee. I'm all like, leaning on my whip, bro. I was fucking tired. And my lieutenant, I was like, go, I got your cover. Go, I got your cover. And this is my first deployment on foot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was 2011. 6 years before that, I was mechanized. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we were fucking running, and I take a quick fucking breather. Go, go, go! I got your bag. I posted up for him. So he, we start bounding because I had to stop. So he bounded until we got to safety, and then we're on this fucking where the boys were. They were, I guess it was like another wadi, right? So we're in this field. If you can imagine, we're running like this. Here's the irrigation field, right? We're running like this, and then over here was like a berm, a grass berm, right? You kind of had to go over the berm, and now you're there. You see more fields. Now there was the mud huts and shit over the little village. So I see my boys, they're all stacked on that berm, and they're fucking, ready to go. I catch my breath, and then, so LT's there, and he's like, hey, just fucking lay low. He made contacts with the grunt LT. He's like, nah, we got it. There was like 2 HVTs they were looking for, high value targets. So they detained them by the time we got to the burn. So we're all fucking getting numbers, getting our green stat. Hey, are you green? I'm red. Shit. And they break on foot. So I don't know. There was a few Taliban. I don't know who it was. Hajis, whatever, Afghanis. And they break on foot, and the firefight starts again. The guns are running, shooting, going through doors and shit. And it gets close to us, bro. Like, again, we're on the burn. Like, literally, I can peek my head over and I can see. I just got to lay down so they won't see me. And probably like from here to the parking lot is like where you can see the houses, right? So they're coming this way, right? They're running towards the burn. And then a grenade gets fucking tossed, right? And it's probably like we're on the burn and we see it like it comes this way, like towards us, bro. And it's probably maybe, again, 10 meters from us. And we see him, we're all grenade, grenade. So the only thing I fucking turned on the burn
Yeah, brace for impact.
Yeah, brace for impact. And, we're spread out a good 5 in between each. We got a good part of the berm covered. But we all just kind of turned. Some of the boys took off and ran, you know what I'm saying? I just like, oh, shit. And then it didn't go. Like, we waited like good 10 seconds. We're like, oh, shit. So we brought, rendezvoused at a different point, you know what I'm saying? Regathered, got our numbers, made contact with the grunts. They killed one, caught the other one. And then the LTs talked, and then we walked back. But bro, I was fucking tired, bro. Never again. I was like, man, I gotta lose fucking weight. I mean, I was fucking big. You know what I'm saying? I was whole deployment. Even fucking first strikes and MREs. Like, I was good, but I was running that far with 300 pounds. And then I got wet, bro. I was the only one that fell.
Yeah.
Some of the boys might have got their boots wet, but like I literally I cleared it. Oh, boo. I was like, threw my weapon. I was like, oh, shit.
It's a good thing you didn't get pinned under, like if it was deeper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
it was like, once I fell, I fully submerged me, but I was like, oh, he grabbed my arm. Like, oh, shit. Fuck. Yeah, let's go. And I ran for a little bit until I couldn't. After that, man, I was like, I mean, me and my lieutenant, I mean, like, I know for sure, because we were running like this, you know, I had his back, I was the sergeant, you know? And then we came back, told my platoon sergeant about it. He's like, man, you're a crazy motherfucker, man. He's like, all you had to do was call the trucks. I was like, no, man. So, and again, like, I don't know what happened, bro, because, like, my two, he was more moto than me, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was another sergeant, you know, he was good to go, you know, but he was the engineer sergeant, I was the tank sergeant, right? And he was like, Marty, where you going? I was like, gear up. Hey, this not two. Let's go. Fucking opened the truck. They fucking hauled out. Let's go, sir. They was my team.
Right.
So we fucking rolled, man. And then my LT caught up to me. And that's when all that shit happened. I was like, damn. But that was probably like my craziest event, aside from like the explosions and the ticks and you know what I mean. Like that was my craziest moment. And I still don't like I don't know what the fuck happened to me because I remember as a troop, you know, we hear the stories of valor and gallantry and all that shit. You know, guys killed themselves or died, sacrificed. You know,
Right.
I'm like, man, I don't know if I could do that. You know, honest reaction.
Right.
I don't know if I could, if I would really jump on one. You know, but the fact that when we heard the small, like, again, I wasn't geared up, bro. I had boots and utes. I took my long shirt off. I was in my skivvy shirt. Like I was digging the shit out of the mud. You know, and then we heard it. Fucking ran to my gear, opened my truck, said, "Let's roll." But everybody came with me. You know what I mean? Like my team, the other sergeant, the LT came. Like we was about it. Just fucking hit it, man. And you know, it's what they say. You know, like Marines, man, we run towards the sign of danger. You know. Like, and I didn't even. Again, like I still trip about it. Like, man, I don't even know why the fuck I did that. Like, I could have easily mounted up and moved forward, but at the same sense, the truck, he was leading. So when he got hit, he was in front, kind of halfway on the road, halfway out. So we would have had maybe possibly hit another one. You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck. So we kept the gunners up, and then my troops came. Like, it was crazy. Craziest time I ever had, man. As far as like deployment wise.
Is that you still in contact with some of those guys?
From the
guys that were with you when you were running?
Nah, I mean they're on Facebook, but I like contact. Nah, I see them here and there, but I haven't really spoke to them or nothing. But I know they're around still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some of the guys. You know, I don't know if it was because tanks got closed down or when they got out, they just got depressed and stuff. Because I see it. You know, they're living their life, or they're always kind of like reaching out on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you know, I hate to see it because you're a veteran. You know, like I think every veteran got the same treatment I got. You know, like I didn't have issues with VA and stuff coming out. Like everything kind of worked out for me. You know, like
me too.
I had all my appointments on time. Like, and then I hear some of these other veterans. I'm like, damn, like you're not even maxed out, bro. Like, and you're still having hard times getting VA appointments and stuff. I'm like, man. So I mean, it sucks to see, but at the same time, you know, for those guys that I see that are kind of going through it, you know, I'll reach out to them more. Like I've communicated more to them than I have to the guys that I see that are doing well, which I know is, I guess, hypocritical maybe, because they could be doing bad too. But at the same sense, I guess my assumption is like, well, you know, and again, I'm horrible at reaching out. You know, but when I see my guys kind of posting some things, you know, I'll just, hey, what's up, man? How you been? You know, what's going on? Or even it's just one of those, like, not even trying to like, hey, I'm checking up on you, because I think most guys are kind of like, why you checking up on me, bro? Like, you know, or they'll feel some kind of way, you know. Maybe not. That's just maybe my opinion, but I always just try to play it cool. Like, how you been, man? You know, you doing all right? You know, and then I'll tell them a little about me and what I'm going on, what's going on with me. And, you know, eventually they'll spill a little bit, and then we'll just kind of chit-chat. A lot of times they'll call me. Like, if I'm on messaging with them, they'll call me, so.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I've communicated with a few, just not as much or as often as I'd like, or not as many as I'd like, but I communicate with a few of them.
Like, one thing I'm learning is it's, like you kind of hinted at it, like, you know, when you're about to get out and then you're at the bar with your buddy and because you're losing, and a lot of us don't understand it, but like you're losing that community, right? Those guys, the guys that, even if y'all went through basic together or like, I don't know, 6-7 years or whatever, like in garrison, wherever, like
any military time,
you're losing that community, right?
Yeah.
And more so it's kind of amplified, you know, serving like on a deployment or having something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
so losing that disconnect and not knowing what to do next.
Yeah. I mean, and because like the crazy thing is, like, you know, I'm sure you hear it all the time with veterans, or, you know, people hear it all the time, but like it really is like, again, like you said, even a short stint or a 10-year, 20-year stint that you spent knowing somebody, like
Right.
it's a lifetime. Like you shared moments with, and as crazy as that sounds, not to sound weak or gay or whatever, but like going through boot camp, and if that's the only time you saw somebody, but that was your bunk mate,
Right.
let's just say, and y'all, boot camp is very traumatic for a lot of people.
Right.
I mean, whether it be Air Force or Marine Corps, like
Yeah.
it's different. You're not used to the lifestyle of hurry up and fucking move and hurry up and wait, and then do what I say, don't say shit about it. Like, whoa.
Kind of like voluntarily, like you ripped yourself from your family and
Yeah.
you're kind of having to learn this new way of life, like fucking right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and you're being created. Like, you're not a gangbanger, you're not a business person, you're not a nerd, you're fucking green.
Right.
And I'm gonna mold you to be the perfect specimen for military life. You know what I mean? Like, not a perfect specimen, but for this, for like Marines, I use it a lot. A lot of people, I don't ever disagree with people. Like, man, they brainwash you. They brainwash you. I'm like, I can agree to that.
Right.
Because you kind of have to. Like, they from the process of breaking down and building up. Like that's how you got to get brainwashed.
Yeah.
Like,
It's necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. At one point in time, I thought like, yeah. I mean, brainwashing for the wrong reasons, right?
Yeah.
But you're
or
also
the
like,
term.
yeah,
out of
because that's a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But you need to, right? Because you're not gonna just. You got to prepare the people for the mission they're about to do.
Yeah.
And that's like we got to build like so each branch has their own specifics, right?
Mhm.
And then you find your MOS or your AFSC or whatever kind of like they even have to mold you a little bit different, right?
Mhm.
Like all right, you're like our basic like if you think of a factory and you're coming off the line now we
Yep.
got to like mold you a little bit more.
Put your arms on.
Yeah.
Put your legs
So,
on. Yeah.
You're all getting conditioned for the right like for whatever job needs to be done,
Yeah.
trained or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and like even on a simpler context or same context, but so for the tank community, I say it a lot and I kind of laugh a lot because to me, like I mean, I've met smaller guys than me, right, in my career, or whatever, in life. In tank community, a lot of the tankers were big, right, kind of forcibly, but by nature, right, because of the job. Because everything on the tank was big. Like, you don't see small ratchets, like little handheld ratchets. Like, you have, ratchets, cheater part, like tools that are big that you got to use two hands with, you know what I mean? Like, it's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And in the tank community, again, like, versus, engineers, right? Which were right next door to us, on base, whatever. Like, it was a different breed. Like, you're like, damn, a Rottweiler and a fucking... Doberman, if anything, like still mean, but you got the skinny ones, you got the big ones, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And that's what it was like, again, like molding, right? And it's crazy because at first, I guess in my career, I had the benefit of, being a troop, seeing it at the bottom from a troop level, and then I guess intermediate, like corporal level where I get troops and I'm raising them, to sergeant, low leadership level, right? To where I'm bringing all of them all the way up or having peers on the same level, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, I've seen you as a small guy come in. Your first year, you've gained 30 pounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're a tanker, you know what I'm saying? You're a big dude. Like, you've adapted to the ways, But again, you get molded. You definitely get. And then, like, for Marines, people that don't know our story, we were made in a bar, right? For war. And it's traditionally our story, like, we're made to fight, born to fight, ready to kill.
Didn't we take it to that bar in Boston? Didn't you go? I think we
that's
took you by.
That's Cheers.
No, it was a different bar.
Ton Tavern. Ton Tavern's in Philadelphia.
Okay,
like
maybe I'm
talking about the bar.
Same one.
Yeah,
because I know on the tour they would be like, yeah, this is where maybe it was where the Civil War started, or like where the idea of it. Yeah, the Boston Tea Party. Sorry, fucking it up.
No, it's okay. But yeah, like Ton Tavern, Philadelphia, by the way. Born in a bar, right? Created for war, and the mindset thing. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that I've ever come in contact with, like has a family as a Marine or any Marine. They're like, man, when I seen them after boot camp, like a lot of the reaction was they were mean or they were meaner, And it's like it's not like they're trying to personally be mean. It's just like you're created that way. You're created with hate and discontent. You know what I mean? Like to say, right? Because all through my training, and I'm 2024. I went to boot camp 2005, so 18 years ago, 19 years ago. Everything that I can remember was like kill. Our ditties, 1, 2, 3, kill. You had to strike, and you had to think that mind like I'm hitting you hard enough to puncture your skin to kill you or to hurt you, or and you're running through the obstacles, and you got dummies or the Ivans that you have to drag or you have to stab. Yeah, kill, or Marine Corps. You know what I mean? Like you're, and it sounds bad, but like going through it, you know, when you make the decision, any service branch, but for Marine Corps, like when you make the decision, your own choice to go through it, like you kind of have to understand, like you're gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna create you a little bit different. And then two, like Marines were made for war. Like our numbers, even now, are dwindling down, but it's because we're not fighting like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? But they still want a big enough number to where if we have to deploy after the Army, we're coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And big enough on every air wing, ground side, troop level. You know what I mean? Enough for infantry battalions. They're not going away anytime soon. You know, mechanized maybe because we're not tank warfare driving across countries anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, Iran and all that is serious, you know. But they're giving them our tanks. Matter of fact,
yeah,
the M1A ones, and I think
Israel partly because I mean, it's a good double-edged sword, but like the use of drones in modern warfare, would kind of just be like a sitting duck. You know what I mean? It's cheaper on scale. It's fucked up because it brings. I don't know if you've seen some of the. I follow Northern Provisions, and they show like some of the videos from like Ukraine, and they're being used to attack like people in foxholes to bring the drone in with munition or a bomb or whatever, and it fucking blows up like in there. So they're tracking them in there. But that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's just crazy because like when they close tanks, like I thought about that, like it's probably drones, but I wasn't sure. But fast forward, like,
I mean, max speed for a tank's 45 miles an hour, governed, you know, downhill, max speed. You know what I mean? Like, built for comfort, not speed, right? You know what I mean? And especially from an aerial view, or if any other country has like fucking A1s, we're sitting ducks, you know. And again, especially like my mission in Iraq, we were doing guardian angels. You know what I'm saying? So we're outside the city. We could shoot into the city, but they can't see it. The only thing they're gonna hear is the thud and then the white light. You know, like that's how good our optics were. Up to 4 clicks away, you know, I could see a Stanley steamer after you poop and see the steam coming off of it. You know what I mean? Like that's how good our optics were. Like, but again, even in, you know, at a guardian angel position or overwatch position, you know, I mean, anything above us, you know. But yeah, I mean, it sucks that they went away with the unit, but it's cool. I think about it because it's like, you know, I'm a part of history. You know what I'm saying? Like tanks, I mean, they were around since 1941. You know, and then I served my stint on. I deployed. I maintained them. I shot them. Like, and now they're not around no more. You know, the biggest thing is like a light armor reconnaissance vehicle. You know, they got the 25 Mike. You know, you might got a Mark 19s on up-mounted vehicles. You know what I mean? But you don't have like or the howitzers for Arty. Mortars, I think 25, 75 Mikes. You know what I mean? 30 Mikes. Like the M1A one was 120. You know, howitzers, I think 105. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the biggest bang, you know. But there's no need for it no more. We caused all kinds of collateral damage in Afghanistan or in Iraq. Man, those fucking buildings, bro, look like a damn. I don't even know what you want to, but it's speckled, just bullet holes everywhere. From where we would do 50 cal small arms to the damn main gun. You know, the main gun Sable, that's gonna hit fucking this building and fucking 30 buildings behind it. You know what I mean? Like heat rounds will explode on contact. You know, it just does damage there, but a lot of times you're finding armor or OR rounds, which is obstacle reducing, and those things fucking. You know, so. You know, collateral damage. You know, I get it. $4 million for one tank. You know, there's 4 tanks in a platoon. There's 4 platoons in a company. You know, it's a lot of tanks. A lot of money.
I think that's one thing. I mean, it's tough to. I mean, I don't even want to. Well, it's tough to say, right? Like collateral damage and be so nonchalant. But when it's happening like all the time, like war is, and you know more than me, but like I had like a different viewpoint from it of it. But it's still, you could still see the damage no matter what. I mean, and it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to just like to understand that. Right. And you can try to be as safe and as careful and have all like try to take minimal like collateral damage as you can, but it's gonna, unfortunately, that's part of it. You know what I mean? They put leaflets in before like we even invade. to warn people to exit the city.
Yeah.
Granted, now everybody can leave.
Yeah.
I mean, and some people want to stay and fight because why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent, but at the end of the day, like I think like society now, the days they don't understand it, and so whenever they show it on TV, and I'm not saying it's something that's okay
Mm-hmm.
and that we all agree with or anything, but we understand
Mm-hmm.
because it does happen. That's what
Yeah.
war is. They say war
Yeah.
is hell, and that's why is because of all the fucking past conflicts go all the way back to the Romans and the
Mm-hmm.
Greeks and everything else. It always happened.
Yeah.
But
And it brings death. It
yeah,
fucking brings misery. I mean, the fight for war, whatever wars we are fighting, like it just brings so much like conflict with it. Everything.
right.
And it's like from either side, either party. You know what I mean? It's just total destruction. And those that survive it, it's like, man, like, are you lucky? Are you not lucky? And then some people get that guilt or the down, like, damn, like, what did I do this for? Like, why did I do that? Or how could I have ever? But I mean, it's like it's part of, like, it comes with it, right? It's an attribute of war, I guess.
Right.
Like, it's something that's inevitable, and you're gonna see it. Like, and there's a quote that I'd like to get tattooed eventually, but I'd seen it. I guess it was in Italian or Latin, but it says, "Si vis pacem." Forgive me if I'm not saying it right, but "Si vis pacem, para bello." Right? If you want peace, prepare for war.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think about that like ever since I heard it. Probably a young Marine, but ever since I heard it, I've always thought about it. I'm like, damn, like we're going over. Nobody wants to fight, but we will.
Right.
And it's like General Mattis said it best. Like, I'm begging you, with tears in my eyes. Like, what did he say? Like, I'm begging you with tears in my eyes. If you fuck with me, I will kill you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but have a, be kind, be nice, have a plan to kill everybody you meet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, but I will if I have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? For my peace.
Right.
For me
protection,
to go. Yeah.
for various reasons, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I think at the end too, like in war, for those that are, that are in it and fighting on both sides, you kind of have to think that way. Like, I don't want to kill nobody, just I'm sure nobody wants to kill me.
Right.
And if me going home to my family after this is a possibility, I'd like to do that. I want to go home. So I will do what I need to do to survive to get home, in a safe or, a righteous way, right? Like if I had to, the guy's aimed his gun in my head, I'm not going to die,
Right.
I don't want to die yet, and it's kind of like it's you or me.
Right.
What are you going to do? And then too, like, what's always bugged me is my early years in, especially like the war of Iraq. Everybody's like, I mean, oh my God, like, how could you go over all those people and all this and that? And it's like, yes, I understand from a standpoint, but I understand from a Marine who's been there in the war, that was fighting the war. And it's like, some of these motherfuckers will kill you, and just like you see in the movies how, the Taliban or whatever, Al-Qaeda has taken over and the civilians are fighting because they're keeping their family, or they're injuring or killing their family, right? So they're fighting because, right? They're not doing it because they want to, like Al Qaeda,
right?
And it's like, well, damn, it sucks, but I'm going home, bro.
Right.
I'm sorry you lost your family, but you point your gun at me, you lose all credibility for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and same for, like, again, on the same note, when people talk about the kids there and stuff, it's like, man, I've seen kids hold AK-47s to troops. Or had intent to kill them or fire on them. And it's like, what would you do? Like,
yeah.
Or just like you see in the movies, right? Again, I think it was the sniper movie, right? He was going to, or he had to shoot a woman or something because she was going to throw a bomb.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what would you have done? Like, you got to really put yourself in a situation. Like, nobody wants to be there.
Right.
But for those that have joined, like, you're trained to kill, trained to fight, and you hope that you never have to use it, but if you have to, do your best, right? Your best ability to where you come out on top, man. Because it sucks, man. It sucks to see, but I mean,
and I think
you got to do it.
Yeah, and I understand. I hear you, man. I mean, fortunately, I wasn't in the position, but given the right, like it boils down to like basic to human instinct to survive.
Yeah,
but I think it's also important to understand, like, a lot of people, I don't say a lot of people, seemingly, like, at least on social media, people want to make it like black and white, right? Or they think it's this or that, or it's so easy. But also they also get fixated on politics,
Mm-hmm.
like we were there for this or that, and it happened.
Yeah.
You know, what happened like a lot of, and I can probably argue both sides of that, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like there is, like I feel that 90, I don't know, a high percentage of people that served in the military feel that they were there for the right reasons,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
people like to get fixated, like, you know, playing money quarterback, right? Like,
Oh,
yeah, like, but I didn't know this. Like, motherfucker, you didn't either. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
There was very few people that were talking against what was going on, what wasn't going on.
Right.
But aside from all that, like, I served because I really believe, like, you know, well, what I joined was like for different reasons, get out of my neighborhood. But then why I stayed was like because had to believe in the idea or like get out. You know what I mean? And so I did.
Right.
9/11 happened. I re-upped after my fucking stop loss.
Yeah.
But I got stop loss.
Yeah.
But either way, I think it's important for anybody that would be listening, like, to understand like the separation between the two. You know, there's people that believe they're serving an idea, and then there's also people that were making the decision. Every war is like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every war is like that. I don't care. You can go to the end of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every war is like that. People believe that they're fighting for something.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but there was evil over there too.
Mm-hmm.
There was some really fucking evil, horrific shit happening.
Yep.
That people like they're, you know what I mean? So that was justified in a lot of the rapes and a lot of the stuff that the Taliban and Al Qaeda was doing.
Yeah.
So like, just not get it twisted. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, and I think that's the piece. Like, that's the little piece that people tend like that are arguing the fact that they can't really speak on of. You know, or maybe from a news standpoint, statistically or whatever. But it's like, bro, like you really can't. Like you guys, like to see it and then know that again, like women are getting raped or, you know, getting killed, or like in Somalia how they were cutting their breast off, like, and to see it, or to see a surviving woman, like, what do you know, how would you know, as a woman, what do you feel, or even as a human being, like, oh my God, like I can't believe you did that to him,
right?
Like, damn, like, and you were an innocent side of it, like, you know what I mean, like, it's shit like that again that people don't really fully understand unless you're really there. Like you can see it or hear shit about it, but you're not really gonna know unless you're there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, like I said, I think
even politically.
Yeah, politicians on their own, they play the system to use the powers at their hand to dictate whatever. We have no control over that. You know, like in our world, at least mine, like I think back and how, like I didn't have time to look at the fucking news and like decide, because at the end of the day, I still had to do what was told, or I get out, one of the two. I had a decision. So you either have to like understand what's going on, what I need to do to get my troops better or whatever. Like you're in this bubble, this military bubble.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we're
exactly
in
what it
blind
is.
bubble, but it is. And we, in order to be success, like in any career, we need to focus on what is going to get us there. You know what I mean? And as far as
the most efficient way to do it.
Right. And the people that are dictating the high level decisions, like, you know, our commander in chief and all that stuff, they understand what the nuances, what the details, they understand like the implications of going into it, and they can decide whether or not they send us or not.
Right.
But so we don't have that high level strategic vision of it, especially when you first join.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of going through the motions. Like, I'm trying to get out of fucking basic training.
Right.
And I'm not trying to get recycled.
Right. Exactly. You know
what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
like,
get out of, do what I'm told.
So I'm just highlighting that because there's nothing that's cut and dry about it. And people that say otherwise, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, the only way to know is to go. You know, it goes for a lot of things, but the only way to know is to go, man. I mean, and for me, you know, because I don't tell a lot of people like my war stories and stuff like that. But even just on the fact of being a Marine, or they're like, okay, you're a Marine? I didn't even know. You never even told me. It's like, well, I mean, you never asked. But in the same sense, like, it was one of my best decisions I ever did. You know, on the note we were just talking about, like all the war stuff, like, best decision I ever made. Like, even though I deployed, and even though I was, you know, I had combat engagements and whatever, I survived. Like, that wasn't my the war part, the combat of it wasn't my main intent for going. Like,
Right.
when I enlisted, I didn't really know what I was doing. I did it because Veronica was pregnant. I was like, man, I'm not even going to school. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Might as well fucking
Right.
3 hots on the cot, 2 guaranteed checks.
Right.
And then as I grew, I learned. And I grew the love for what I did. My first deployment, was my first IED, and I guess, I think that changed my mentality because when I got back from that first deployment, 5 months later, I volunteered to go back. But in that time, I had promoted to corporal, or I was going to promote to corporal on my second deployment. So I knew it was coming. And then so I knew I was going to be a gunner. I knew it was on a higher level. And I guess I knew that I could train guys. Like, if I'm going back, good. We get a new boot drop. Look, our fucking job is vital. Everything you do on this tank will either kill you or kill somebody else. So it's vital that you learn it. And then especially for our mission, you fucking better learn it. You know what I mean? But that's what gave me that drive to kind of want to get, you know what, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it now. I'm a Marine. I love being a tanker. It was I remember when I first seen one walking into the schoolhouse, it was like a dinosaur to me. That's how huge it fucking was. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, this is a fucking tank.
Yeah.
I was literally looking up at it. And then I guess now if I see it, I'm like, it's a fucking tank. It's only 9 feet high, 10 feet long. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when I first seen it, I was like, man, that looks like a fucking crane. I gotta climb all the way up that motherfucker. But again, overall, it was best decision I ever made. It taught me a lot about me. It taught me a lot. I mean, I saw myself as a tough guy growing up. I went through some hardships, but that really put tough in a new perspective. Mentally, physically, emotionally.
Level.
Yeah. And then too, I learned finances, I learned money, I learned how to be an adult, not to just be spending fucking bread, you know what I mean? I learned a lot in the military. Just from, like you said, the bubble. When I went to Barber college, bro, I literally felt like I left that bubble. I left the world of military.
Mm-hmm.
Once I left the gates, bro, I was like, damn, this is it.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, and then seeing the civilian population or, workers, co-workers, what the fuck? Just the way of thinking for people. Because everybody in the military tends to think the same. Or we're governed by the UCMJ. So, even if E6 or E2, you fuck up, you're going to get hammered. You know? We know that. And from general to private, right? But then when you get out, it's not like that. You got fucking private age guys or general age guys who are acting like privates. Or, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Or you just want to look at people boy, and I laugh about it too because, I used to make my platoons push a lot. Motherfucker, push. Let's go. Push. And that or running was the punishment,
Yeah.
And I laugh about it because in Barber college, I caught myself telling some of the boys, well, man, I'll make your ass push. And they're like, what do you mean, Marty? Because I told them to call me Marty then. Man, I used to make my boys push for shit like that. And they laugh about it. I'm like, you laugh, but my boys would hate it. Because we were strong, and I was telling you, may not be smart, motherfucker, but you can be strong, So we was always pushing. That was our punishment. But that's what I always did for them. Some guys did paperwork and bullshit, But I look at some of the guys, I'm like, man, just I guess on a simple fact, man, for doing shit you done or saying the shit you said or coming into work in fucking pajamas, motherfucker, I used to wear guys out for, and it's little stuff, but it's damn,
But that's what gives you the drive to do and start your own business now.
Yeah. Starting my own business, it's business. You know what I'm saying? It's life. I need a job and money. You know what I mean? And barbering just happened to be the industry I'm in.
But yeah, I know. But those skills that you learned are because not everyone, it's not easy to run your own business. You got to wake yourself up. There ain't nobody calling you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody you call in sick or whatever, you're going to lose money because you're having to pay for your spot.
Yeah.
There's all these, it's like a daisy chain effect.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have that discipline, learn all those levels of discipline from football, Marines, experiences, etc.
Yeah.
And I see the passion you put into cutting someone's hair.
Yeah.
When we started this, do you want a winter cut? Do you want a summer cut?
Oh yeah.
That I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they taught you that in school,
no,
or if it was all the additional classes or competitions. Because y'all don't know this, he also done barber competitions on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, in Connecticut. Yeah.
Yeah, in Connecticut. There's barber competitions, y'all didn't know that. So Like they give you a haircut, you got to cut it within a certain time.
Yeah.
Long story short, like
Fast fade,
that,
beard combos.
I'm trying to highlight to you, and like if you don't understand this already, but um, to put that level of effort
Commit,
into your profession, into your art.
yeah. I mean, and like definitely because like okay, for instance, other barbers my age who were at school with me, I was 27, 28, I think, same guy, civilian, same age, or some of them, right? So as far as effort, I've seen like since 2015 barber college year, they, me and them graduate the same. They don't have the same work ethic. Like they're not a barber anymore. You know what I mean? Or they, they're doing barbering on the side because like just the level of commitment it requires to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're really gonna go, like we talked about before, like diving in, like to becoming part of the industry, like you really got to dive in. And even aside from me being a veteran, because I feel like people slam me with that. Oh, you're a vet though, like. But I still get up at fucking 5:30 for my first cut at 6.
Right.
When do you get up? Well, I don't get up till 9. My first cut's not till noon. Like, what?
Right.
Like, that's early for me, or that's late, you know what I mean? But it's like the effort for that I learned from military to like stand behind something, keep going until you accomplish it or until you get better, got from that, you know what I mean? Versus civilians. Some people just don't have a drive. You know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, I want to do it. And I want the money that comes with it. So they instantly come out charging thousands of dollars out the gate, and then they're not successful.
Do you think if you didn't join the military, you would start your own business now? Like
if I didn't join, yeah. I mean, I think I would. Would it be harder? I think so because again, like that, it would be me having the mindset of a younger mind, like graduating high school and that's it. Yeah. Like that was the effort that I knew. I got to graduate high school to get a diploma.
Right.
At least a diploma. Right. And then that would be it. Like, I think I would still do it, but it would probably be like a 10-year goal or a 15-year goal later on down the line versus like when I first got out, I was going to do like, oh, I'm going to do this for a year. And then after the year, I'll fucking, I'll go to school or I'll get all my shit straight, but I want to chill for a year.
Right.
Like, I feel like that would have been my mindset had I not joined the military. Like even that was me after I got out, right? But I didn't because Sarah even thought, she's like, don't do it. Like if anything, come home, chill for a little bit, and then leave. But start in San Antonio. Don't start here because that was my goal. Well, I'm gonna go home for a little bit, and then I want to move to San Antonio because I don't like Abilene. She's like, no, move to San Antonio.
Right.
And I was like, damn, like, you don't want me to come home? Or I've been gone for 10 years, but after looking at it, I was like, damn, well, it's a better choice, And then it worked out because the VA, Abilene didn't accept it, the GI Bill. San Antonio did. So I was like, well, I guess we'll go to San Antonio, so for the school. But yeah, I mean, again, the mentality I'd have been like,
And you were like curing your craft, it sounds like.
Or what?
Curing it, like baking it.
Okay.
Like over the time, like through the barracks. Deployments, like honing your craft.
Yeah. I mean, and it's crazy, bro. Like, we used to have these Conair clippers, on deployment in Iraq, right?
The loud fucking ones?
Loud, bro. Bang. And they were hot. They were hot to hold in like 2 minutes.
I know because I used to cut my own hair too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like I would be doing, again, $5 cuts in Iraq and trying to do fades. At the time, I didn't know.
It was like 100 degrees at night?
Bro, hot. And then this little heater in my hand.
Yeah.
And then, we're switching converters.
In a hot room, probably.
Bro, oh my God. And a metal tin. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but I was doing it, like, and it's crazy because, like, even now, a clipper set comes with 10 guards, right? Any clipper set you buy, or most guards, it will come with 10. Now, I barely use 3. Then I wasn't even using any. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like the level of progression, right? You think, oh, well, he's going to use all his tools, and I have. But I went to where I used all my 10 guards, and now I only use up to a 2. So I use like a half, a 1, and a 2. You know what I'm saying? And then in the military, I was doing fades with no guards. Yeah. Like, I don't know how I was doing it. And then with the hot ass tool, like, damn, bro, like, I'm fucking high. I'd be sweating, cutting their hair in my hands. I got a towel in my hand or a sock. Bro, I would be cutting their hair, with a sock because it would be so hot, bro. Like, damn. And then I'd wait 5 minutes, and the next guy would sit down. I'm like, you better give me something, man. Or give me something from a care package, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which was cool. Care package, too. If you got people deployed, send them care packages. Yeah. Important.
I mean, I used to try to get Big Red over there. Really? Yeah. I'm surprised that bitch didn't blow up.
Yeah.
But how we doing on time?
It is 1:50, so we got a little bit of time. I'm good till like 2:30
Okay.
if you need it.
No, I just wanted to know. I know you still gotta go pick them up. So
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, like military career, you know what I'm saying? Definitely teaches you something. Like anybody that comes in, these Mormons, any young man, they talk about life after high school. I'm like, if you haven't considered it, considered it. Even the National Guard or whatever, join. Kind of, like you remember the movie Starship Troopers?
yeah,
Okay, so if I can remember correctly, you were a you were a good civilian if you had did your 2 years. Even if it was as it, and then you got out
right.
and you lived amongst the people, you were still considered.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
2-year mandatory service.
yeah.
Or like it was like implied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, for like good citizenship or
Right.
something, right? I think it was, and if you weren't, you were exiled. I think
Yeah.
in the movie.
Highly recommended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I try to use that concept when talking to these young guys because it's like, you know what, man, like look, I don't know what your thoughts are, what your family's thoughts are, on military growing up, whatever. But if you've ever considered it, do it. Go join, do your 4 years, or if you can get a 2 year, get it, And if you don't like it in the 2 year and you don't want to reenlist, get out. Or the 4 year if that's all you can do, right? Get out. You served your time honorably. You didn't fuck up. You got a taste of it, and now you can really voice your opinion on the fact or military topics, right? Versus those who never serve. It's like you'll really never know.
Yeah,
because
it definitely gives you a fresh set of eyes.
Yeah, and also what I've learned, and I'm sure you've learned in your 20 years, like everybody in the military has a different view on it. I mean, how you pretty much dictate your career. Right, whether it's good or bad. Mm-hmm. I know tons of Marines, Satmar Marines, who, I hated the Corps or F the Corps, and I'm like, bro, like, when I was in the Marine Corps, I'm like, I'd always say, like, don't disrespect my Corps like that. Don't disrespect my Corps like that, because that's what all the motos did. And I started picking it because I believed it. Like, man, hey, it's taking care of me. Right. It's been good to me. I'm a sergeant. I'm 10 years in, you know what I mean? Like, I did good, 6 out of my 10 years, I was a sergeant. You know what I mean? Like, I was good. But when I hear other guys or even other branches talk about their military service, I'm like, damn, man, you must have fucked up because the military will literally, like, they will take care of you. Like, it's there if you want it.
Yeah.
Promotion's there if you want it. The more money with promotion is there. Or the jump wings or the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it's there. You got to tell your boss, like, do you want it? And if you don't get it, it's on you. Obviously, some units, because you're forward deployed, or if you're, let's say, a combat unit, they don't always have as much privileges or opportunities, but it's there.
I would say the majority of people have a positive experience, but there's like a 10% that there's probably like 5% they're just like are shit, like they're just shit bags.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a high percentage. Either way, it's relatively low. Yeah. But then there are like a small, even probably smaller percentage that do truly get fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like some people have some legit like rebuttals or argument or whatever.
Yeah.
Reservations about the military. But yes, you're right. For the most part, like I'm grateful for a lot of the stuff that I've learned, both as a person, individual, experience,
the skill set.
Yeah. I'd say like 1% of it was garbage, but I mean, I learned way more in a lot of that negative shit than I have learned in the positive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and that it helps with your character, and it teaches you to overcome.
Yeah.
The hardship of it, or whatever that shitty part was. Training in the rain. That fucking sucks, bro.
I was Air Force when you trained there.
I believe it now.
Yeah.
But again, like it makes you grow appreciation for it.
Right.
Like, damn, like, well, I mean, I made it through the rain.
Right.
I'm not sick.
Right.
It sucked. I'm wet, but it was a cool training event. Or you know what I mean? Like the other day, we had football in the rain. Everybody was fucking flipping out. Oh, coach, are we still practicing? I'm like, because I do the UIO rule. If I think it was 2 miles. If there's lightning within 2 miles, don't practice. Obviously, right? If it's raining. Without lightning, you can still have it. You get down, it's discretion of the coach and parents. Anyways, all parents are freaking out. I'm like, man, if it ain't raining, we ain't training.
Right.
You know what I mean? How else? And I use the all-star thing because it's an all-star team. I was like, you want to be an all-star, you got to train like an all-star. All-star trains in all weather, And they're like, oh, coach.
And what age group is it? You said 10?
10U, yeah.
Okay.
10U. For the all-star game, yeah.
And what is it, like Pop Warner? What's it called?
It's TIFA, Texas Youth Football.
Okay.
Football and Cheer Association, but it's So it's a collaboration of Najaf, which is like a sister of Taifa. Taifa's like
Full contact.
yeah, full
Okay.
contact tackle, full on tackle, shoulder pad, yeah, helmet tackle. Um, but it's
Sorry,
a
so
mix.
Rainy and training. Sorry.
Yeah, no. The parents were tripping and freaking out, and even some of the coaches. And like for me on the coach team, I was like, "What? You don't want to train?" Like, I remember practicing in the rain or even having games in the
Yeah.
rain. You know what I mean?
And those are like the funnest ones.
Right, right.
Like you look back.
Yeah, I mean, just to slipping inside it, you know what I
Right.
mean, or even making big plays in the rain, like you see in the movies and shit. Like,
Yeah.
we ain't ever gonna practice that heavy rain
Right.
that you see in the movies, but
Yeah.
there's nothing
Everything's
wrong.
dramatized in a movie.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little rain, but it's stuff like that, like in the military where it's not a sport. You're out in the field, you're training. Like I was a Green Marine, man. I was a ground Marine, so we trained with grunts. If we weren't on the tank, we were fucking with the grunts on the deck. So in the grass, in the trees, in the elements. You know what I mean? And if when it rains, it fucking rains. Like, fuck, you got to keep moving. You got to hit the mission. You got to hit the location. Can't stop. It's raining.
Yeah.
Understandably, if it's fucking like even think about it, like Forrest Gump, upside down rain, fat rain, skinny rain. You know what I mean? Like motherfucker's gonna rain, dog.
Yeah.
You got to get through it. But military definitely teaches you like that. It teaches you to get through your grit. Embrace the suck. Embrace it. You know what I mean? Because if not, what's bitching gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Right? What's bitching gonna do about it? Nothing. Make it worse.
Yeah.
I mean, and then as far as work, man, like I definitely can see how. I think about like barbering. Like I picked up clippers so young, and I don't want to be cliche. Like I hear like one of my guys I used to work for, or whatever, work with, clipper saved his life. He was a homeless guy, and clipper saved his life. Like It's not me, but.
Is that like a guy on Instagram or somebody you know?
No, it was detailed. My old shop owner.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, so that was his story.
Okay.
To where he was almost homeless. It's not my story, but I picked up clippers young. Like I was shaving my head young, and then it got to a point where I was cutting friends. I wasn't advertising as a barber, nor did I want to be a barber. Like it was just I got clippers. You need a haircut?
Yeah.
My mom cuts my hair. I know how to cut hair, which I
My
did.
mom used to get the big fucking kitchen scissors. I was like,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then like the military, it was cool because it was logic for me. Like, why am I going to spend $20 every Sunday? Because I wouldn't go on base.
Right.
If I was going to get a haircut, I wanted a fade. I wanted it to look good, right? So I had to go to barbershop, which I think cuts for $12, but I would drop a 20. Big baller stat. But respectfully to the barber, and it was like that's $20 a month or $20 a week. That's $80 a month out of my $600 check. You know what I mean? Like, I need to fucking chill.
Right.
Like, so it was logic. I bought the clippers one time, and I had them for my career. You know what I mean? I might have bought another set, or I went from a clipper to a trimmer, just buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got out, like the way my friend suggested it, it was just crazy. I was like, "What? Be a barber? Like for real?" I was like, I'm not even a barber, bro."
So here you are.
Yeah. And it was funny too, because I was when I got out, I was like, "Oh, it's a just for now thing. I'll do it until I go to school. I'll get my GI Bill, and I'll just do it for now." Almost 10 years later, still doing it. And not that I settled. I don't feel like I settled. I love it. I love it for the freedom that I get, especially like now I'm in Stevie's situation, right? I'm able to pick him up, drop him off. I can go to all his school functions during the day. My schedule after work, I'm a coach. You know what I mean? Like, I love that I don't have to be like, "Hey, I can't make it tonight because I'm working and I'm getting off late." Like, I'm off by 2:00. I'm off before my son gets out of school. You know what I mean? And I'm done. And if I want to pick up anything extra or make extra money in the evenings, if I'm not at practice or the gym, I can do it. I got the chair at the house. So it's a good freedom. And the only thing I don't like about it is the taxes.
I think that's nice taxes.
I think that goes for everybody. But I definitely can appreciate it because I feel proud about my journey as a barber because, and not to toot my horn, I'm not better than nobody, but I feel that between me and a lot of barbers, right? Again, I'm not better. I just feel like, okay, like again, I say this out, like I'm not from San Antonio, right? Originally from West Texas. I moved here in 2015, and since then, I'm busy enough to where I have my own space. It's not a shop, a full-blown shop, but I have my own space. Yeah. To where I'm paying $1,300 for a month. You know what I mean? And it's like, I know barbers who went to school the same time I did, who are still a booth renter. Which it's kind of like, well, you're a booth renter in your own space. It's like, yeah, but your booth rent's $150. You know, so you're paying $600 a month. I'm paying $1,300 a month,
Right.
and I'm still coming out with the money that I need to get by. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing all right. You know, I feel like, and again, like the freedom, the knowledge, the times I've competed, just the classes and the expos I've done, like, it's a easy job, but it's a hard job because not a lot of people can do it right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to do it, but not everybody can do it a certain way. Right?
And on top of that, like you take the extra time, and so for the other that don't know, like he's gone to all type of like specialty
Classes,
expos. You know, expos and stuff like that, and continues to put in the work.
Yeah. And that's all out of pocket.
Skill,
it's out of pocket. You know.
But you get all that experience, and I'm obviously a little biased because he does cut my hair, and he's my brother-in-law. I've known him for a while, but that's not why. That's one of the reasons. If I'm being honest, I'm doing this. But at the same time, we've been trying to have this conversation for a long time.
Yeah.
And we have these conversations often, but fast forward, we're here, and you get that back into. You get what you pay for, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. So you can go get a haircut from whomever or get whatever. You can get your fucking tire changed or whatever. Yeah. But if the person is actually like, no, with this specific model, you can't do this or that, then you're getting that back in your service.
Right.
And that's one of the things I appreciate about you and your sister. Like you dive deep into it and you keep like, trying to grow and learn with that.
I mean, and it kind of goes back to like the first question, the first topic, like why invest so much. I mean, I think, again, I can't really answer when I started thinking that way, but the fact of where I'm at now in life, again, everything I do, like why not go learn about it? I think I've always told people that, like anything you're gonna do, be good at it, right? Someone told me one time, like, man, like every time I see you, like you never fail. You're good at everything you do. That made my head a little big one time. I was a young Marine. Yeah. But I was like, when I heard it and it kind of festered, and I'm like, damn, like, everything I have done, I've been good at. I got promoted. I had, I've done good in my ranks. I've been recognized in my ranks as my ranks. You know what I mean? Like, in the company level, battalion level, like, I'm recognized out of hundreds of Marines. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be doing something right.
Right.
And then even for... like now, like not that I do it for fame or whatever, but like when I go give these classes, like because I give classes too, to the schools, right? I don't know if I told you the other day, they reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, we'd love to have you back. Come back, this and that." It's in April. I think that's when they're having their men's cutting week. But I like that part too, as far as my career. Maybe it was just the instructor thing in me before, but it's the fact that I've offered it for free. I don't get paid for it. But I go to school, give a basic men's cutting class, and I usually take a model, and whatever the model gets, a mullet, whatever, I'll do the haircut. And I do the whole consultation with them, kind of everything that y'all seen here. Like I consult with them in front of the class so they can kind of see. And then I give them the cut, tell them step by step what I'm doing. And then if we have time, they'll do they'll prac app on mannequins and stuff. But to me, like, it's a good feeling. Like, I love it. Like, and why not be, again, like a coach, learn so much to where, you reach a certain, you can't play no more. You're not a player, you're old,
right.
Or you've injured out. Well, I still have the knowledge, let me give back to the youth or the new class. And so that way that knowledge keeps coming around. So the better, player wins or whatever, right? Like I've kind of, everything you do, be good at it. Like do good and be good was always my little quote. Like do good and be good. Like do good and be good. Be your best. That way, first impressions last, right? You know what I'm saying? Be good at everything you do. If you're a bad guy, be good at it.
Yeah.
If you're a good guy, be good at it. Like, but be good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then two, another reason is in the Marine Corps, when we started giving classes and stuff, or hey, Corporal Martinez, hey, Sergeant Martinez, you got to give class tomorrow. You're like, fuck. In the way they had us teach, it was always, if someone asks you something and you don't know, don't ever say, I don't know. And if you don't know, be like, I don't know at this time, but I'll get back to you.
Right.
And then in turn, you as a good leader or a good SME, right? You're not supposed to not know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How can I get the trust of my boys and I can't tell them how to operate the tank? or how to
Right.
operate or whatever, what I'm trying to teach you and I don't know shit about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it was a hip pocket class, like you got a class right now, like think of something, like, oh shit, let me tell you what I do know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like be good at it and learn everything about it that you can. Like because again, first impressions last, right? Like nobody wants a half-ass job. Right? And people aren't gonna pay you for half-ass.
Right.
So why not be full-ass, right?
Don't be half-assed.
Yeah,
full-ass.
be a whole ass, you know?
So, man, this went a lot better than I expected.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
not
cool.
that I didn't have no expectations coming
Yeah.
in.
I hope I wasn't too like beep,
No,
bop,
no.
robot, beep, bop.
No, beep, bop, beep, boop. No, I appreciate your time. And where can people find you?
You can find my business page at That Barber Marty on Instagram and Facebook.
That camera died.
That Barber Marty on Instagram and Facebook. If you're looking for haircuts, you can find all my booking info on my Instagram. And if you want to work out, you can find me on Big Steve Martinez Instagram.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you book on Style Seat, right? So if you have a
Yes,
Style
sir.
Seat account, look up
Yeah, that Barber Marty.
that THAT. I'll put a thing right here
Yeah.
somewhere. Right here somewhere.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, man.
All one word, That Barber Marty.
That Barber
Marty.
Marty.
Yeah, good interview, man. Like I said, I hope it wasn't too loud because I know
We're
my
good.
voice-
Hopefully I turned it down. Hopefully I didn't turn it up.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, man, I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, good
Thank you,
interview.
sir.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hope you had a
Good
good
interview.
time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in the San Antonio area, definitely go check out Stevie Martinez for a haircut or the local business when you're a veteran. This podcast is also available for streaming on Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, and a bunch of others. Just search Crashing Combos. Thank you for your time. Appreciate your support. You have a good one.